Hello, hi everyone. Hi, this is Christine Crow here, and welcome to the channel. And today I am talking about AI because it is on easy mode. And I'm going to talk to you about how to use it for your business without feeling like you're losing your mind. I don't know about you, but we've been so used to doing things the hard way that we actually create more stress for ourselves and also our team members that we don't need to do this. And AI, for example, I'm going to be going through some of the things here, what AI has done for me. So I'm going to go through this with you because AI is something that I believe is truly amazing, and being used the right way can save you a lot of time. So, really, AI is changing everything, but most people are still struggling to use it the right way. Even though you may have started using AI, but are you actually using it the right way to give you the information that you actually need? Now, today I'm going to be talking to you about how you can put AI on easy mode and to use it for your business without feeling overwhelmed, because when we've got tasks to do and things like that, it can seem overwhelming. Even though I pour into myself in the morning before I even start work, sometimes you can feel, oh, this is getting a bit heavy. I need to, especially when you, like with me, I do the hard work to begin with in the morning. I block off 90 minutes at a time, and then I will take a break for 10, and then I will then do another 90 minutes, and then I will break for 10 minutes, and then I will do another 90 minutes, and then I will break for 10 minutes. Then I will have my afternoon meetings with my clients, for example, because it's important that the work gets done, what I need to do, for example. And I'm sure you feel the same way as well. Otherwise it just feels overwhelming. So I want to talk to you in this session today. I want to talk to you about my favorite tools, AI tools that I've been using for my business. And if you use it in your business, or even if you're working for an organization, it will help you immensely. And yes, there's free versions so that you can get used to things, but there's also the paid versions as well. So I'm going to be talking to you about a few AI tools that I use for research, because let me tell you, there's a lot of research that we need to do to ensure that we are providing the right, best information to provide a best outcome for our clients, for example. And I'm sure you know that that is the same for you as well. So I'm going to be discussing some of my favorite tools. So the first one is OpenAI. That's ChatGPT. I call it Chatty, but I use the Deep Research version, which it also answers complex questions as well. And this is a paid version. There's one which is £20, for example, $20. Then there's one that's $200, for example, a month. So that's one of the research tools that I use. I also use Perplexity AI as well. And this really is like a go-to research assistant. If I was to weigh up both of them, I'm still deciding on both of them. That's why I'm using these tools as well, because they can do different things. You see, that's the key. It's what you need from each of those AI tools that you're using to make sure that you're using the right one, because not one can really cover everything. So it depends. Okay. So it will help you to automate your daily task and scale without even hiring more staff. And it really does stop you from overthinking, because sometimes we tend to overthink. Then we end up procrastinating, then we're like, let me think some more. And then next minute it's 5 o'clock. Oh, time to go home. That type of thing. You don't want to be overthinking. And this is why AI gets you direct, keeps you focused. It's like a prompt. It's like someone that's looking after you saying, are you ready for your dinner now? This is how AI is, for example. Apart from AI doesn't do that and say, oh, you've been working all these hours, maybe you should take a lunch break. Even though we should know that ourselves. But I just wanted to say that. So if you're ready to stop overthinking, then AI is a way for you to start using it to actually grow your business. And I really truly do mean this, because you can get so much done without, when I had all these staff members, up to 20 staff members or up to 50 staff members, I would be in meetings after meetings after meetings. And sometimes we'd be going over the same things and saying, was that done? No, that wasn't done. I'll get that done today. Make sure you do, because we need that ready by this date. Otherwise, it's going to stop this person from doing their job because they're waiting on you. And then that person is also waiting. And then the person that's waiting for that person, it just slows everything up, for example. So this really does keep you more focused, and I find that it does. It keeps me focused. I don't know about you, but in all honesty, I like working by myself. I don't like having to, create this dependency that everyone just needs to get on and do what they need to do so that everybody can provide the best possible service that we want to provide for our clients, for example. We shouldn't have to be micromanaging or treating people in your team as if they're children. Have you brushed your teeth? Have you washed? Have you made your bed? Have you eaten today? Put your clothes on. Time for bed. We shouldn't have to be doing that, because people that come to work for you, they're adults. They know what they're meant to do. And we shouldn't have to be prompting them in that way. But that is another thing for another day. But if they've got the AI tools, then they should be able to do the work effectively. There should be no excuse to not do the work. There really shouldn't be any whatsoever, for example. So we know that that AI is rapidly evolving. It's always evolving our business landscape. So this evolving business landscape is an integration with AI, artificial intelligence, as we all know it to be. But it's become a pivotal element for entrepreneurs seeking to enhance their operations and drive growth. Listen, you can, and I'll tell you this, you can quite easily run a business by yourself with AI tools. I know, it sounds scary. But maybe some entrepreneurs just want to be by themselves. They don't want to have to be having to do leadership and team management and things like that. Some people are like that, for example. But it really can do so much for you, especially if you've just started out. You really don't have the money to be paying thousands of pounds a year per person, for example. Then you've got the national insurance, then you've got the holiday pay. When you're just starting out, you've got to look at your budget. So the AI tool is the first thing that I would say for you to introduce into your business if you're just starting out. Then you can possibly look at hiring staff once you've grown and you've made some money, but you don't need as many staff as you originally would have had if you didn't have AI. Okay, so this video, I'm aiming to really talk to you about the usage of AI for entrepreneurs. And I'm going to be talking about the concepts into actionable steps that you can take to make you easily understand and implement. So I'm going to be diving into the topic with you to explore the ways that AI can be leveraged to streamline your processes. It's like you've got an operations machine and it deals with all the operations to deal with your business. It's like you've got a project manager, you've got your assistant, you've got your secretary, you've got your receptionist, you've got all what you need, especially when you're just starting out. Now, this is a perfect tool for you. That's why we do AI automation services, because we know that entrepreneurs, as well as businesses, small, medium, and large, need to have this implemented in their business. And healthcare is kind of new to this as well. Okay, so AI, it has a modern business practice and it can't be overstated. It has transformed how I operate, enabling me to analyze, and it will enable you to as well, vast amounts of data, automate routine tasks, and personalize customer experience. So for me, doing a lot of research takes hours. So I would have team members doing research on this, doing research on that, provide me with the information, then I would then be assessing it, then I'll be doing my own research off of that research, and it would just end up taking longer, for example. So if you're an entrepreneur, business owner, for example, or even if you are an employee working for an organization, it's important for you to understand that AI is no longer just an option, but a necessity to really remain competitive in today's market. It's increasingly important. We've become a digital marketplace. So what I want to talk to you about is some tips and some insights that will empower you to harness the power of AI effectively. So I'm going to be talking about some of the essential tools and strategies that you can use that can be easily integrated into your existing business, and regardless of the industry. So entrepreneurs, let's make it clearer for ourselves. Understand how to navigate this AI landscape, enabling you to make the informed decision that aligns with your business goals. Whether you are a seasoned entrepreneur or just starting out your journey, then this needs to be a video that you need to listen to that will be a good advantage, for example. So I say this, AI is on easy mode, literally is on easy mode. I know we've been hearing a lot on YouTube that YouTube is on easy mode, which it can be, but it's a lot of hard work, for example, but you need to be able to understand how it works and find the right thing, for example. But with AI, it is on easy mode. So why do people struggle with AI though? How do you fit in? Okay? Sometimes people overcomplicate AI instead of leveraging its simplicity. So thinking AI will also, maybe you're thinking it's going to replace their jobs instead of making them more efficient. Look, I know where you're coming from, because when I started my agency many years ago, 35 years ago, for example, and then I started introducing the software, the rotors, the shift software for scheduling appointments, client appointments. The staff members were kind of like, "Oh, I don't like that," and they're being trained, and you could see their faces were like, "I don't think so. This is going to be replacing me." So it's like I was fighting. We had a trainer come in to teach them how to use the software, for example, and it was like, sometimes it was like pulling teeth. You'd be there for like something that should have taken 2 weeks would take about 3 months, because people thought that their jobs were going to be replaced, and that was like 35 years ago. And the software is there to make your life easier, just like our AI is there to make your life easier, so that you can become more efficient. The company increases their turnover, their bottom line. So that's a win-win situation, for example, if you're working with AI. So the key to AI mastery is treat it like it's your assistant, not your replacement. And that's the thing. Like when I was introducing the Rotor software system many years ago, people thought that that was going to be replacing their jobs, because it did invoicing, it did rostering, for example, it did compliance, it did health and safety, it did policies. It was doing all of these things, and the people in the office were thinking, "Oh boy, I think we're going to lose our jobs here. I don't like this." So they were fighting against it instead of seeing it as not a replacement. But don't get me wrong, some people will lose their jobs because of AI and its efficiency. I'm not going to beat around the bush. It will happen, for example. But back onto AI is on easy mode. So let's look at, there's 3 steps you can look at. It can be used for quick research. You get instant, reliable answers, providing you put the right information in as well. But you can question it as well. It can automate repetitive tasks, such as saving you time with AI-powered workflows. With your workflows, it can save you time. Listen, what we've achieved today, for example, was like speed lightning. It really, seriously, I really highly recommend, if you haven't introduced it into your organization, especially if you're a one-man band, I call it, a solopreneur, entrepreneur, or a small business, get it introduced into your company, because it will save you so much time. Do you not want your time back? Do you not want freedom? Do you not want to finish at the right time instead of working overtime? And then your head is so full of what you've been working on all day that you haven't actually had time to empty your head before you put your head on the pillow to go to sleep. Then you're laying in bed and you're thinking, your brain's going zzz, you're thinking about all of these different things because you're overwhelmed. That's what that is. So wouldn't you like to feel more freer? So, like I said, it saves time. It will also enhance decision making. Be so much quicker, because you know what it's like when you think of something and it's like, okay, I've got to think on this before I make my decision, and you're asking other team members, they're all thinking about it, and everyone comes back with different viewpoints and things like that, and you've wasted a lot of time. So with AI, it gives you insights for smarter business moves. So, like I said, AI isn't about replacing you. It's about making you 10 times more efficient. Now, like I said, don't get me wrong, some people will lose their jobs and have lost their jobs. But the key is for you to work with AI so that you're always relevant and valuable, for example. Although you're valuable anyway, but my point is that the company will see you as efficient and that you're helping, for example. Like I said, communication, if you've got a job with communicating, talking, it will allow you to focus more on that. Focus more on your clients who you serve, for example. Give that customer service, that human touch, that wisdom, that vision. So, what is ChatGPT? Okay, so Deep Research. OpenAI advanced research tool is built on a full model, for example. It handles complex business queries, detailed reports, and in-depth insight. Example, get a complete market analysis or funding strategy in seconds. Yes. So how do I use ChatGPT research for business? Generating high quality content without hours of research. Creating a step-by-step strategy for marketing and sales growth. Finding hidden business trends before the competitors do. This is a tool, literally. It feels like you're having your own personal assistant, for example, 24/7. So my second favorite tool is Perplexity AI. And what this is it's the AI, and why does it matter? So a real-time research AI that pulls information from various sources, academic sources, for example, unlike traditional search engines, where they've got everything and everything's dotted around and you pull all this information and in the end you don't know what's real and what isn't. So then the thing becomes delusional, for example, because it's so confused. So it's perfect for business owners who need fast insights. So how I use AI, Perplexity, in my business is I do industry research, discover the opportunities and trends, competitive analysis, and find out what's working for others as well. Okay, so it also generates a unique fact check report and gives you some posts as well. So if you want to supercharge your research, then this will make you 100 times faster than Google. That's right, 100 times faster than Google. The information comes to you. It's like you type, or if you don't want to type, you can even talk to it and it will just give you the answers. It will talk back to you, or you can say, look, can you type it so I can see for myself, because I can't remember everything what you just said to me. So that is a really good tool to have. So you can use ChatGPT, for example, for deep research to generate a business strategy. Use Perplexity AI at fact checked, so it can check the facts and refine the strategy with up-to-date data. Combine both of them to create a high converting content plan for your social media and websites. This is something which I'll be showing you live as well when it comes to the weekend. Because I like to save things for the weekend, but I also like to talk to you about it. So, are you interested in a free AI business strategy with myself? Just click the link here, book a free 15-minute appointment with myself, and I will go through with you to discuss the AI business strategy. But also, if you want the guide, you'll also get the guide for booking as well. We also hold monthly AI bootcamps where we are showing you how to implement AI into your business, as well as how to use it, for example, and what tools. We go through that. It's a 5-day bootcamp. We also cover how to get contracts as well, for example, but I think it's so important that we start to get our heads and get used to this, especially from the healthcare background or any background. It works. So if you've liked this video today, do like and subscribe. And I want to also say thank you so much to all of you that's subscribed to the YouTube channel, as well as liking and commenting. And like I said, AI is on easy mode, and I want you to be able to get to experience it and use it for yourself. So just think about, how will you use AI for your business, and what AI tools will you use as an entrepreneur in your business? Will it be OpenAI, ChatGPT Deep Research, Perplexity AI? Will it be that? So what do you think is the best AI tools for 2025 to automate your business with AI? I've talked today about AI research tools, but AI can also show you how to make money, and also automation is key as well. Like for me, I use YouTube, for example, when I am doing training, but I also use it for clients as well. And it can be used, AI can be used with that. It can literally read your YouTube channel. It can read any report. You can feed it all of the reports about how your company is doing, for example, and it will give you feedback on what you need to improve on, because no company is perfect. I'm yet to see a perfect company, for example. But AI can help you with that. It can help you with scorecard. It can help you with looking at your business and see if there's a crisis happening, or a situation where you could be affected, for example, especially with inflation and things like that going up. We don't know where we stand from one day to the next, for example. But I want to hear from yourselves as to what tools do you actually use in your business? What AI tools do you currently use that really helps you to automate what it is that you do? Because I've spoken today about ChatGPT Deep Research. That's the paid version, for example. I've also spoken about Perplexity AI as well. And those are two of my favorite tools that I use, along with my Asana that I use, as well as there's also Copilot, which is Microsoft. If you've got Microsoft, then you've got Copilot, which is really good as well. So there's quite a few different types of AI that you can use that will really enhance your business and help it to grow without you stressing out trying to do everything for yourself. The AI tool will actually help you to grow, and it will give you some advice. You know, if you're struggling with something, you tell it, and then it will say, well, maybe you should do this, that, and the other, for example. Would you like me to create that for you, for example? So it really is a good tool to have. These tools are really good, and I use it in my business, and I have done since last year, for example, because I know I needed to really start looking at this properly to see how it actually works. And if you're interested in having an AI automation audit within your organization, then do book a free 15-minute appointment here in the description, and I will gladly do that for you as free of charge, no cost. For example, a free AI audit for your business, because I think if you haven't started using AI, or maybe you're using AI but you're not using it in the way it's intended, so you could be missing out on a lot of features and benefits that you could actually get from AI. So I hope that that was helpful for you. And like I said, do hit the notification bell if you haven't done so. Click like and subscribe. And I will see you tomorrow on the internet. Take care, everyone. Thank you. Bye.